6 zodiac signs that rarely make the same mistake twice. Failure is a great teacher, but only if you are paying attention. While some people seem destined to repeat the same toxic loops forever, others view a mistake as a one-time tuition fee for wisdom. These zodiac signs have a fool-me-once policy that is ironclad. Whether through calculated analysis, deep emotional scarring, or sheer stubbornness, they alter their behavior immediately after a slip-up. Once they learn the lesson, the door to that specific failure is locked forever. Here are the top 6 zodiac signs that rarely make the same mistake twice, counting down to number 1. Number 6. Gemini. Gemini treats life like a vast experiment, and they learn at lightning speed. Guided by the quick-witted Mercury, they process data faster than any other sign. If they burn their hand on a stove, they don't just stop touching it. They read a book on thermodynamics to understand why it burned. They are too easily bored to repeat a failure, making the same mistake twice feel stagnant and unintelligent to them. They adapt instantly, changing their strategy, their persona, or their entire belief system to ensure they don't get trapped in a loop of stupidity. Number 5. Aquarius. Aquarius approaches failure with the cold detachment of a scientist in a lab. When things go wrong, they don't get emotional, they get analytical. Driven by the futuristic energy of Uranus, they view a mistake simply as bad data that needs to be purged from the system. They perform a forensic audit of what happened, identify the variable that caused the crash, and rewrite their mental code to patch the bug. They rarely slip up twice because they have fundamentally upgraded their operating system. To them, repeating an error is illogical, and they despise being illogical. Number 4. Taurus. Taurus has a memory that resides in their physical body. If they touch fire, the sensation is seared into their consciousness forever. As a fixed earth sign, they are creatures of habit, but they are also creatures of self-preservation. Once they associate a person or a situation with pain or financial loss, they build an impenetrable wall. They don't need to analyze it. They just stubbornly refuse to go down that road ever again. Their learning curve is flat. Once they learn, it is learned for life. You cannot trick a Taurus who has already been tricked. The bank is closed. Number 3. Virgo. Virgo views a mistake not as a human error, but as a system failure that must be corrected immediately. Governed by the precise energy of Mercury, they are their own harshest critics. If they mess up, they replay the scenario in their head 1,000 times, dissecting every micro-decision that led to the fall. They create protocols, checklists, and safeguards to ensure that specific disaster is statistically impossible to repeat. They don't just learn from the mistake, they overhaul their entire life to accommodate the lesson. To a Virgo, confidence is the only currency that matters. Number 2. Capricorn. Capricorn views making the same mistake twice as a sign of insanity and a waste of valuable resources. Influenced by the strict discipline of Saturn, they treat their life like a business. A loss is a write-off, but a repeated loss is bankruptcy. They have too much ambition to be slowed down by the same hurdle twice. If they trust the wrong person or make a bad investment, they cut their losses ruthlessly and adjust their strategy. They don't look for sympathy, they look for ROI, return on investment. They learn the hard way so that they never have to learn it again. Number 1. Scorpio. Scorpio survives trauma by metabolizing it into armor. If you betray them, lie to them, or hurt them, you trigger a biological defense mechanism that is ancient and terrifying. Driven by the transformative power of Pluto, they don't just learn a lesson, they undergo a metamorphosis. They develop an immunity to the specific poison you used against them. A Scorpio never makes the same mistake twice because the part of them that was vulnerable enough to make the mistake in the first place has been killed off. They emerge from the ashes smarter, colder, and impossible to fool again. Conclusion. These signs remind us that while we cannot avoid falling, we can choose to never trip over the same stone again. They turn their regrets into rules. Which sign do you think is the smartest survivor? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to